All right, one final interaction channel when it comes to dealing with cases would be chatter groups, and this would be an internal interaction channel. And I'm in Chatter on the Chatter tab, and if you have a hard time finding the Chatter tab in Lightning Experience, you can go to the app launcher and select the service application. Clicking the service application exposes these other tabs, such as the Chatter tab and other service-related objects such as accounts and contacts. But for sake of this particular lecture, we're interested in the Chatter tab. And you'll notice here under the recent groups section on the left that we don't have any groups created yet. Now, chatter groups are a group of people that you can send app mentions to, and everyone gets alerted, and they can help out like resolving a case in real time internally. So this is intended in this example or this scenario that we're talking through is that you're working a case and you want to be able to get support help from other people, and so you could send a chatter post from a case to a group. And so we're going to call this chatter group support and fill in the description. Now remember, this is a group, and groups can be set to either public or private as far as the access type. And we're going to make this public, meaning that internal users can see this publicly. A private group is one where they're not able to see it, and it's by invite only. But public, people can see it and they can ask to be, or they can just join automatically actually. So let's just set that to public. And we're not going to allow customers, and this is not a broadcast only chatter group. We want to allow for collaboration amongst different service agents. And so we're going to allow them to interact and make comments, etc. So we're going to click Save and Next. And so in the next step, you can upload a group photo, but we're going to skip over that and go on to the next step. And we can manage members. Now in a free developer account, we only have 2 users, myself or yourself, and then our fictional John Doe user. In a real instance, you could have dozens or hundreds of users, or potentially even thousands, and you could add people to this group. So we're going to go ahead and add John Doe to this support group. His primary role is that of sales, but we're going to make him available in this chatter group to provide support as well on cases. So I'm going to click Done. You notice it says that he's a member now because I've added him manually. So clicking Done, we've created our first chatter group. Now we're intending this to be a support channel or interaction channel. So notice here there's a group email. You could use that for the group. You can manage members here. You see that there's 2 members, myself and John Doe. But the point of this is that now that we have a chatter group, if we're working a case, let me pull up a case now and show you how this works. Okay, so we've got our case here, and this was a case that we entered from a social origin, and we called it tweet, and we did that not too long ago. And if we scroll down, in my page layout, I've got the chatter feed down below the details. It's not the greatest user experience. I could edit this layout to make it available at the top, but here it is down below. So I'm scrolling down and I'm going to do a post. And so what you can do in order to @mention people is either just type in the @ sign and start typing, or you could click this plus sign here and start typing. It just basically it puts in the @ sign for you. We name that group support, and as I type, you notice that it showed up after I had the first couple of letters, and this is my technical support chatter group. And if I take away that U and it's just the S, one of the users is security user. That's a user account that's in the free developer account, but that's not who I want to chat to. I want to chat to my group, so I'm going to select support, and then that automatically formats this chatter post to alert that group. And so now I'm doing this chatter post to this group and clicking share. And so now those members in this group will be alerted that I'm needing help on this case. And so let's go in now as John Doe and go to his user detail. And then what I'm going to try and do is log in as him and see what this looks like from his perspective. All right, so it looks like I need to enable the ability to log in as another user in my org. So how we do that is we access the login access policies. So let me search for login, and you see in setup here it says login access policies. Click on that in setup, and then we want to enable that administrators can log in as any user. So I'm going to click enabled and click save. So my changes have been saved, and so now if I go to John Doe again, now we see the login button. So now I'm logging in as John Doe, and so now he gets a chatter alert on this case saying, "At support, please help on this case." He's a member of this chatter group, and so it appears in his chatter feed. And if he's in his chatter feed here, let me skip this welcome message about chatter and click done. And you see the different updates here. We see this request for help. And so now imagining if John Doe was available to help, he could come in and get on this case here and access it as well and hit the feed and say, they could start collaborating, and he could provide answers. He could upload files. He could do a lot of different things here within Chatter in order to help out on this case. And so it's here inside the Chatter feed that you can begin to do some collaboration in real time. And so in the next lecture, we're going to look at a sample question that deals with Chatter groups in this scenario exactly. And so let's stay tuned for that sample question from the exam guide.